tutorial, I will show you the basics of how to make a shirt. So to begin with, I am going to take my rectangular pattern tool and I am going to start making the shape of it. Higher from her shoulder and about the length I want the shirt to be. Okay, then I'll select it and make a symmetric pattern copy, and you will see that this is my workflow for previous object that I made. I make it from two pieces so that any changes that I do in one side reflects to another side, and that's the best way to keep it symmetric. So while you drafting pattern, you will pulling things, changing lengths. It can be otherwise a headache to try to do the same thing on the other side. So next we add a point for armhole and for neck hole. Cause if we just make another back pattern, so together there won't be any space for arms, neck to come out. So for neck I am going to add a point here, and you can see it appears here symmetrically. And then for the armhole I want it to somewhere around here. I select both the pattern and mirror paste for the back side. From 3D window, just drag it to the back of my avatar, and as you can see that this is the inside this side. We want the outside out, so I am going to right click and flip it horizontally. Then I am going to slide this point, hold down shift and open it up, and then to sew it together I am going to sew the front together, the back together, and then this part to this part, and for shoulder this part to this part, and this part to this part. See, there is a cross sign, so just right click and now if we keep the top straight like this, we going to have odd things happening here, which standing up must like an alien kind of shoulder. So to reduce that, make it nicely on her, and I am going to select this point and this point, and I don't need to select the other points because they are symmetric. Then holding down shift and drag it down, and they are shifting nicely flat on her. I think she needs some more space under her arm. Select this point and pull down a bit, and I am also going to make the shirt bit longer, something like that. Let's open this bit more around her neck. So I select this point, hold down shift and open it up, and if you want it to be rounded instead of v-neck, go on your curve tool and round it. At the back I can also going to open it a bit, so take this point and take it down. More you take it down, the more it open. Now this is not so nice, sticking up rounded like that. I would like to be more straight, so that's easy. We just round it in until we get the shape we want, and you can click it on it, and then you can see where the blue point is and curve it up to this point. If you want shoulder strap to be narrow and not so fat, that pretty easy too. Select this point, the outer ones and the inner ones, and drag it toward inside. Now if you have too much fabric here and sometimes it starts to get odd, you can try pulling the shirt down. Sometimes when avatars models have very big breast, it can cause the shirt to lift up more, and if you want it perfectly straight, then you grab this middle point and start to move down little bit, and that will give some more length in the middle and straighten the out. And if you wanted to go back to go up just take this point and move it up, and that also reduces some of the fabric. Sometimes try can be big ugly rolls of fabric, and then moving it up like that reduces it. And of course you can curve them a bit and do the same in the back, do the curve a bit. And if you want this go to further, then just take this point, open it up more. Now if you wanted to make a skin tight skirt which doesn't have any wrinkles on it, then to get rid of all this fabric on the bottom and make it tighter around the bottom, I begin by doing that. I will take this point and this point, put down shift and take them inwards. And the more you take this inwards, it will be more tighter. Generally, to make something skin tight, I just see my curve tool and curve the edges. And make it tighter in the back, do the same thing in the back. Now you want the shirt go off the shoulder instead of on the shoulder. So select this line, press shift and select this line, and then started drawn them out. Now you can see it look off the shoulder, then on the neck. Now we getting again those spiky things. So I will select this point and this point, take them down more, and that's also you up a bit. To make the strap further, just grab this point and draw them out. And if we want the strap closer to her neck, then we just have to do the opposite. Take this much closer to her neck. And now they are two pointed. You can see it's really odd. So let's take that point and reduce it until it sits nicely on her. Now round this up a bit more, something like that. Okay.